Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant. And if you're wondering what is Lucifer doing on Earth, well, let me tell you. He's talking about everything that the Earth is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality. Okay, so um, what we got here, man? Look. Well, first of all, sorry if I haven't been making that many videos lately. I've been going through a tower moment. And but my website is up. The audio file section is not up. The reason why the audio file section is not up is simply because I have to pay to make it a thing. I didn't know that I had to pay to make it a thing, but I have to pay to make it. But luckily, you can help me out. Luckily, you can help me out by paying $1.99 a month. For $1.99 a month, you get access to all my podcasts and School of Scalomancy, which are School of Scalomancy is basically how to use your demonic powers, your vampiric aspect powers, and my podcast is about demonic shit. Basically, knowledge, gnosis, and everything in between, and everything above. So that's what you get for $1.99 a month. That's a very good price. That's a very good value, if you ask me. Um, and it'll help me out to put the audio section for all you clout chasing cats out here. All you clout chasers, you can listen to the audio library if you want to, which is basically comprised of every video on my YouTube that was talking shit about people. But all the videos, I'm gonna put up all the videos where I'm saying real knowledge. Those videos are gonna be on in the podcast section, and I also need to edit some of those videos, so it's gonna take a little bit of time. Like I told you before, in about 2 months, it'll all be ready and good to go. Well, it's good to go right now. You can go check out some videos right now. But still, right now there's only like 10 hours, 20 hours video. Not even, probably 10, 6, 7 hours of video. Probably not even all that. Anyway, around 10 hours of video. Estimately 10 hours. So, I wanted to talk about change. A lot of people are resistant to change. People don't want to change, apparently. I don't think that people don't want to change. I don't think that's a thing. I think people change all the time. I think some people don't give other people the opportunity to change. There's also some entities out here that are not leaving the opportunity for somebody to change and actually change. So that might be the case. I don't see, I don't really believe, I'm not a believer of people don't change. I changed 3 billion times during my whole lifetime. I'm a snake, I'm a serpent. I'm not a snake, I'm a serpent. So serpents change their skins all the time. So, I lived many lifetime in the short while that I was on earth. And I'm gonna live other lifetimes too. That I'm gonna keep shedding my skin, as long as I can and as much as I want to. Some people don't like shedding their skin. Some people don't like being serpent. A lot of people don't like serpent energy. A lot of people don't appreciate serpent energy. They don't like, no pun intended, no offense meant. I'm not trying to trigger anyone. I'm specifically talking to someone right here. That person know who or he or she is. But that's Loki energy. That's Lucifer energy. That the shedding of the skin. Changing, leaving a corporal aspect into another. Incorporeal aspect. Leaving one incorporeal aspect to enter another, to become another incorporeal aspect. So the thing about knowledge is knowledge changes you. You can't learn something and then you don't know it anymore. Once you know it, you know it. and that's going to change you. You know, so if you gain knowledge on people, that's going to change your perception on people, and you're going to move a different kind of way. You're going to, you're going to slither in a different kind of, in a different kind of way, comparably to before knowing what you knew about people. If you learn a skill and you become good at it from learning the skill, you're not going to be a beginner, you're going to be intermediate, right? And then if you become intermediate, if you're good enough intermediate, you're going to become apprentice. If you become apprentice, then you become master, so you become journeyman, and then so on and so on and so on and so on. So it's only normal to change. People that don't change, and there are people that don't want to change, is because they don't know things. They don't want to know things. They're not interested in knowing things. But people that are interested in knowing things, people that know things, they're always changing. Well, they're not always changing, but depending on the level of interest they have on everything that the world is made of, no pun intended, or pun intended, yes, they will change. They learn one thing that's going to make them different from when they didn't know that thing, and then they're going to learn another thing, and then another thing, and then the change. So they're shedding their incorporeal skin in order to enter another corporeal skin. But the thing is, there's a lot of variables in those notions, because it depends on what the person wants to do with that knowledge. If you learn something, you can choose not to change. You can learn that thing and just leave it there, and you don't enter the incorporeal skin that you're supposed to enter in, right? You can just stay in that skin that you have right now, learn something, and choose not to act on the things that you learn. Because when you choose to take action based off the thing that you learn, that's when you start shedding skin. That's when you start entering another incorporeal, another or incorporeal aspect of yourself, right? But and you can not be able to change that skin either, because you can learn one thing, but that thing is not enough. Depending on the subject of the conversation, that thing that you learn might not be enough to actually completely shed your skin and become another person, and live inside of change. So people can change, and people change all the time, but of course there's some people like gangsters don't change. They like staying gangsters, and they like doing gangster shit. So those guys don't want to change, because they believe in whatever they believe in, and they do the things that they like to do. So, like street people are not the best at shedding skin, and they don't like skin shedders either. They don't like shapeshifters. They don't like serpents. They don't like nothing that has anything to do with change, drastic change, or things that. Because to me, gangster have a lot of things to do with Christianity. To me, gangsters are very Christian. They're very Catholic. They're very Christian. Some of them actually do work for the church, believe it or not. Because everybody look at TV and they see just black dudes shooting at each other and selling drugs, but it actually goes way deeper than that. Like, it's actually like way fucking deeper than that. So these guys, some of these gangs out here are actually connected to the church, believe it or not. And there's a lot of Catholic representation. There's a lot of Christian spirit in there. So, and Christianity does not like change. Catholicism does not like change. They are stuck to their traditional things, which is fine to have a little bit of traditions. There's some traditions that I would like to keep around, just because it helps with your psychology, and it will help you not to become a crazy person that's gonna jump over a bridge. But apart from those principles, I don't really care. Everything can change. I'm a movement for change. I'm not a movement for things that don't want to change. Like, I don't care, about what some people think. I love to change. I'm a shapeshifter. I'm a shapeshifter. I'm a serpent. I'm always shedding my skin, and you can't control somebody like that. You can't control somebody that always changes his skin. You don't know what he's gonna become. You don't know. You have no idea because he's always changing his skin. He's always changing. So some people like that. Some people hate that. Some people like that, and some people hate that. Some people like that because it keeps things interesting, but a lot of people don't like it because they don't know what this person is gonna do next. So they don't like it. So that's why if you become a gangster, these guys are always gonna act like they don't like people changing. It's because they live in fear. They live in fear. They don't know if you're gonna become a snitch. They don't know if you're gonna kill them. They don't know if you're gonna try and rob them. They don't know. So they live in fear of what you might become. So these guys try to smother that part of you that actually accepts change. They smother that part of you to that might give you some ambition, right? Because you might be ambitious, and being ambitious in a street gang is not necessarily the best thing to do anyways. I'm not gonna lie, because you might be ambitious, you go to a drug deal and the guy fucking kills you just because he felt like it, just because he believes in Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He feels like shooting you in the face. So it's very peculiar, man. There are some successful snakes. There are some successful snakes in street gangs. There's quite a few. There's quite a couple, But I'm a serpent. So I'm a god. I'm like the king of snakes. Like, I'm the king of snakes. I'm not, I'm not just a snake. Why am I saying this? Because it's true. Because if you're a black man like me and you think like I do, you probably already noticed that people don't appreciate your point of view. People don't appreciate how you think. People don't appreciate how you feel about things because they don't like change. Because these guys don't like change. They don't want change because change is scary. So you need to stop living in places where people feel like change is scary. You need to move to a white neighborhood. You need to move to a white neighborhood. I'm not kidding. I mean, it sounds wrong when I say it like that, but it's true. You need to move to a white neighborhood. Because black people don't like change. They're not used to it. They don't know what it means. They don't know what it's going to lead to. They don't know if they're going to be in trouble. They don't know if that's going to make them successful. They don't know. So they don't want it. If it's not 100% sure success, they do not want that shit. Period. It's commendable in some shape or form, but not everything is about money, like people always tell me. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. Because the thing you gotta understand is, if you become a demonologist, it's because you want change. You can't look at a demon. Look. You can't look at a demon, be attracted to a demon, and you're gonna tell me that you're a person that doesn't like change. A demon looks completely different than a bipedal mammal that lives on Earth. Completely different look. Like, it looks completely different, right? Like, there is no resemblance between a demon and a bipedal meat bag. Okay, like this. So if you're a bipedal meat bag like me, and you're looking at a demon and you're like, yo, that's dope. You can't tell me that you're a person that is supposed to remain stagnant, and in the same place for the rest of your life. That doesn't make any sense. Because what you're looking at is the epitome of change. Is the top of the creme de la creme, the tippy top. You know, it's on the no pun intended, no offense meant. It's on the, you know, like there's a big ass mountain like this, pardon my language, and then this person here, there's this person standing on this big ass mountain of things, and that's the top. You know, like that's change. That's ultimate change. So, you know, it just comes with the territory. You know, part of my reference there. You know, anyway, look. It's quite simple, man. Like, you know, you're looking at change. You know, yeah, that's what you're looking at. You know, you don't know. Most people don't know what they're looking at when they're looking at these things. You're looking at change. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at change, right? Like, you know, and it's like it's the same thing. You become a demon after from you. You can't mess around with demons and nothing happens to you. You know, you become changed. So people hate you because you're different. You know, they hate you because you're not like them. They hate you because you are change. You are something that they fear, that they lose their bowels over. Like they feel like taking a shit in and around their pants when they look at you, because you represent something that might or might not happen. And nobody knows if that's going to become a reality or not. You know, no one knows. No one knows. Only the gods of fate knows that. You know, and everybody else, the gods of destiny, the gods of fate, only they know that shit. No one on the planet knows what it means to see a changed nigga walking around. And that's fucking scary, you know. Because they don't know if that means prison. They don't know if that means death. They don't know if that means... They don't know what it means. They have no idea. Because they themselves are not prone to change. And they don't have enough intellect to know what change is. They don't have enough ideas in their mind. They don't have enough creativity. They don't have enough imagination. They can't use their imagination. And I'm sorry, but a lot of street cats can't use their imagination. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm sorry, but it's fucking true. I mean, a lot of you guys can't use their creativity to get. It's like they don't even have it in the first place. It's like they don't even have imagination. They don't have imagination. They don't have any creativity. You can't use it. I don't know if that statement is 100% right. It might be 50% right. It might be 60% right. It might be 30% right. But what they choose to show to people is that they cannot create. They're incapable of creating. They don't have that power. They choose to not have that power because they don't know what it means to have that power in the first place. So these guys are kind of like, if they knew, they need to know before what it means so that they can't use it. But if you tell one of these guys to use this power without knowing what it is, they're not going to use it, which is commendable in some shape or form, because, you know, you can't just let somebody tell you, oh, just take this and everything's going to be fine, and you don't know what, you know. So it's kind of commendable in some shape or form. I'm sorry to say, no pun intended, no offense meant. But at the same time, this is not how this shit works. Not everything in life, if you base yourself off of that premise, then you're never going to find any treasures, you know. Because if you want to find treasures, you got to go to places that you've never been before. You got to look in places that you've never looked, you know. And you got to do a little bit of research too, you know, because you got to have at least an idea of where the treasure is, you know. So a lot of people, a lot of these people out here will never find any treasure because they're afraid to open the book and even take a look for 2 seconds. You know, like they don't even want to look in the direction of where the treasure might be. You know, and it's not just street cats. It's a lot of people in society. Black people are the most affected by this phenomena. You know, because white people like find all kind of shit all the fucking time. You know, like for real, like white people finds all kind of shit all the fucking time. Asian people find all kinds of shit all the fucking time. Like you know, like there's a lot of cultures that are very adventurous. Like the Indians, look, the Indians blew past black people in society. Like wham, like they just blew past us. You know, like they have all the tech jobs. You know, they have all the high paying jobs. They have all the tech jobs, all the high paying jobs. They blew past us. You know, they blew past everybody. They blew past the Mexicans. They blew past Latinos. They blew past black folks. Shit, they blew past white people. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, all right. They blew past white people. Indians are, as of 2015, Indians were considered to be the smartest people on the planet, and they still are. You know, that's crazy shit. Like they even blew past Asian people. Whoa. And you want to know why? Because Indians mix their creativity and imagination to everything that they do. They don't, and that's another example of why I would like to keep some of my traditions. Because Hinduism is not a religion, it's a belief system. It's not a religion. So you can choose to do whatever you want. You can choose to believe in whoever you want. In the pantheon of the Hindu circle, they can choose to believe in whoever deity that they choose to believe in. And there's groups of like-minded individuals that meet up together and they pray together to the deity that they choose to pray to. But you don't need to. You don't have to. It's not an obligation. There's no churches. You know, there's temples, but no churches. Because they're not limited. And Hinduism is a belief system that is based off of Luciferianism. It is. Or if you want to go down that road, historically, Luciferianism is based off of Hinduism. So these guys have their demons, and their demons are just as helpful as Asian demons or Christian demons. They're just as helpful. Like, and you can choose to believe. The difference between Christianity and Hinduism is that in Hinduism, a light being is no different than a dark being. As a matter of fact, a light being is actually a dark being at the same time. So you can choose to believe in the dark aspect of the same entity that is a different entity, or you can believe in the light aspect of that entity, which is still the same entity but different than the dark aspect. So it's really up to you. You can do whatever you want, you know. Versus Christianity, where those guys are good and those guys are evil. So you guys need to fight. And a lot of people fell for it. You know, that's how Western society has been built. You know, and that's why there's a lot of limitations in Western society. You know, a lot of people think that America is the greatest country in the world. Not really. You know, it's just propaganda. It's just propaganda. It's not really the best country in the world. It's propaganda, man. You know, hey, I love my Caucasian African people, but we created some Europeans made us believe in something that we didn't need to believe. And it's not nobody's fault. It's not the Caucasians' fault. It's not the Africans' fault. It's not even the Europeans' fault, actually. You know, it's a specific set of people that just wanted to maintain power. They wanted to keep people in check, and they wanted to stay in power. It's because of some specific groups of people, some corrupted people. Not a lot. It's probably five, you know, or 10 guys that did all of this shit. You know what I mean? You know, billions of people are actually controlled and kept in line by like 5 or 10 people. Ain't that shit crazy? Because, you know, we're sitting here and we're reading books and we're doing all kinds of shit, and we're deciphering coded messages and textbooks and shit like that. Dog, like you're acting like you're getting ready to fight an army of people. It's only like 2-3 people that are doing this shit, man. Like, it's only 2-3 people, man. Like you act like, you know, people getting guns and shit. We gonna go to war, nigga. We gonna go to war. Like, bro, chill. Relax. Like, relax, man. It's not that deep, bro. It really isn't. It looks deep because those guys are smart, you know, and they employed smart people. They employed very creative and very imaginative smart people to build this shit the way it's built, man. Period. Look at Da Vinci. You know how smart Da Vinci was? Da Vinci was the smartest guy on the planet in his time, bro. Nigga was insane. Man, like, this guy was so smart, they burned down all of his goddamn works. Like, they burned all the books. He used to write all of his inventions. He used to write a whole bunch of shit. They burned it down. They burned the whole fucking thing down. They accused him of witchcraft. Nigga. Like, this motherfucker, why would somebody not like Da Vinci? Like, what fucking possible problem could you have with somebody that fucking helpful to humanity? Not just to himself or his neighboring, you know, Italian neighborhood or French Quarter, you know, no, to everyone on the planet. And you burn his fucking books, bro. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, like, who hurt you, dude? Like, what is your problem? What's your what is your major malfunction, soldier? You know, that shit's crazy, man. Like, shit, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like Stephen Hawking's death was probably a fucking conspiracy too. I don't even know. Like, I almost feel like saying I don't have any proof. I don't have any real reason to think about shit like that. It's just when you look at history and what they do to smart people, it just seems to be the same shit over and over again. So, you know, they just keep killing smart people all the fucking time. So why do you think that is? Because smart people that don't work for the benefit of corruption are not useful on this planet. So they fucking kill their asses. That shit crazy. That shit's fucking crazy, man. And then people sitting here, oh, people don't want to change. You know, you're right, but you might be a little bit wrong too at the same time. Because I don't think that's the real problem. You know. Anyway, but it is kind of funny when you think, because there's some fools out here and they are ready for war, you know. You know, they are ready for war, bro. Like, you know, grenades, AKs, and everything, man. This whole shit is ran by two people. Shit, I made a video the other day, you know, saying, man, all of this shit could be happening if we believe in all the shit that we believe in, spiritually speaking. All right, I'm not talking about society and shit like that. Like, spiritually speaking, right? If we believe in all the shit that we believe in, right? Like, the world is fake, like the world is a simulation, and you know, we're all living inside of a bubble or a flat earth or whatever the fuck, right? If we believe all that shit, technically, you're telling me what you're telling me is, and it's not even, I'm not saying that to disrespect anybody or, you know, call somebody stupid and shit like that, because I'm prone to believe the same fucking things too, you know. But if we believe all these shits, right, what you're actually saying at the end of the day is that all of this shit that's around us, these walls, these people, the people around us, the clothes we wear, everything is actually controlled, could be, I'm not saying it is, but it could be controlled by a 14-year-old kid that lives in his goddamn fucking mom's basement. You know what I mean? Like in a rural area where nothing, you know, Rubicon, rural area, residential house, everyday run-of-the-mill white kid, no one that plays with toys just like everybody else, you know, and he controls everything. Like, he runs the whole fucking show. The whole fucking planet could be ran by this little kid, this 12-year-old boy in his basement. Do you see how crazy that is? It does sound crazy. It does sound crazy. But technically, it could happen. This whole shit could be because of a 12-year-old boy in his basement. Spiritually speaking, of course. I'm not talking about, you know, actual reality here. Whatever reality is. But in reality, you know, the reason why it could be controlled by a 12-year-old boy is because, you know, everything is about vibration. Everything is about like everything is about vibration. So, and everything is interconnected, right? Everything is interconnected. Everything is about not vibration. On the premise of why a 12-year-old boy would be actually, you know, the creator of all of this, right? Is there has to be a point, a starting point for the transmission, because people, everything, life is a TV show, right? This is a Truman Show. This is a TV show, right? Everything is a TV show. None of this shit, it's all real. It's like a what's it called again? The like those TV shows where they talk like reality TV. There you go. It's like a reality TV show, right? So there's a transmission, but how do you receive images, right? Well, there's a station that sends you the images, right? And that station is owned by a person. So if life is a TV show, the people that are around you is it's a production from a, you know, as a transmission, you know, from a station, right? Because people are just a transmission of whatever, right? So it has to have a starting point. So spiritually speaking, okay, the person might be I'm just saying it just to sound funny, but this person might be 200 years old, right? This person might be 500 years old. This person might be 1,000 years old, right? And he's the starting point of the transmission. So he's the one actually making all of these things happen in your reality. That person doesn't need to know you personally. So the reason why I'm saying this is because there might be an Indiana Jones out there that might actually find something like that actually saw my video, and 2 years later is going to find that kid. But if I don't say what I'm about to say, he might end up killing that kid or that super old man, and he doesn't need to. The reason why is because He doesn't need to know you personally for things to happen in your life. That's not his fault. He does things, and unfortunately, those transmissions or vibration, radio vibration, air, magnetic vibration, whatever. Electric field of radiation, right? That's not necessarily his fault. If something bad happens to you in your life, it's not necessarily his fault. Why? Because he didn't. It's not like I want that to happen to this person. It's just that doing things on a global scale will enact change, and it will create movement. That doesn't mean this person. So this person might be mad. This person wakes up, stubs his toe on the corner of the table. He hits the table. He's not supposed to hit the table, but he got angry. He hit the table. What that creates you crashing your car in the freaking, in a freaking tree. You're not dead. He didn't want to kill you. He was just angry because he stubbed his toe. But he wasn't supposed to do that, so that created something bad for you. See where I'm going there? So if you find somebody like that, don't fucking kill him. It's not his fault. He's not doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't do it on purpose. It's just, he's the starting point of the transmission. This person might not even have an idea that he's the starting point of the transmission. He might not even know. He might just living this everyday life. But the thing is, everything he does in this everyday life is the starting point of the transmission for everybody else's life. So this motherfucker might have a mom, a dad. Like, he's nothing special, right? He's made of flesh and bone, a mom, a dad, a happy family and shit like that. And he has no clue of what the fuck is going on. And that's spiritually speaking. This is why a 12-year-old could actually be running this whole goddamn show. And also, that's the reason why you feel like life is a goddamn simulation. Because it kind of is. It's not really a simulation, but it's a simulation of godhood. So whatever the gods are going through, whatever the spirit world is going through, is transmitted back to earth. Why? Because everything is connected. Everything is interconnected. Everything is relative. Everything is a snake eating its own tail at all time. Everything is a snake eating its own tail at all times. There's nothing in this world that doesn't come around full circle. Everything is interconnected. Everything is in relation to each other. So anyways, this video is too damn long. I'm going to shut the hell up now. And I'm going to see you guys later, man. Have a good one. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Go on the description section. Go to majorhater1523.com. Make yourself an account. It's only $1.99 a month. And you get tons of information like this. Let's go. Have a good one. Peace out.